What's up, YouTube? It's Ojiri and back at you with another one. Forgive me, I'm sweaty. I'm wolfing right now. Anyway, man, let me just get into this video. Don't hate the messenger. Just take the message. All right. So today's video, I want to talk about when you know it's time for you to take the throne. What I mean by take the throne, when you need to know when you're on a job and it's your time to walk into a leadership role or position, whether it be at that job or the next one. Some signs, and I'm only gonna give like one or two, so it's only like 2 to 3, maybe. Like sign one. Let's get right into it. Sign one. Sign one would be if you, and this is my biggest one, if you are on a job and the job has a problem or an issue and they're asking for input from all the employees, and when you give your input, they doing what they do to everybody. They're shutting it down. Just everybody's getting shut down. Like, nah, that ain't gonna work. They give you 1,001 reasons why your idea won't work. Then out of nowhere, you notice either days, months, weeks, or even a year or whatever, you notice that the ideal you presented, they are now implementing and winning with that strategy. If you are one of those people who are on the job and you notice things like that happen in that nature, that's signs that you got a mind on you and you should be thinking about becoming more of a leader and be more vocal and step up to the plate. But you can't do this only one time. This is for people who are seeing this several times. Like, if you've done this numerous of times and you've been on the job numerous occasions and these type of situations keep popping up, then that means you, my friend, are ready to be a leader, and you need to either walk into your own business or you need to just go ahead and try your application out somewhere else that's going to give you that leadership role. Well, nobody's going to give you anything, but make an opportunity and make an attempt to just put yourself out there and walk into a leadership role. You could do it. I believe in you. People are so quick and amped up to try to take your credit and don't give you no credit for what you have came up with. And they want to make it seem like they did it to get a raise or look good in front of upper management. You need to know what you're dealing with on them jobs with them individuals, but you also need to understand that your mind and what you have up here and how you see and how your perspective and how you view things, you're a leader. You need to walk into that role. Don't keep giving your shit away to these people who don't value it, or if they do value it, they're stealing it from you to look good in front of their peers or upper management, and you're keeping them employed. We not doing that. I remember, I like to share stories. I remember I was working for this warehouse job. And at this warehouse job, we had a situation where we had a contract for Walmart. And the problem was we kept giving product. We kept over giving them product, or we was under giving them a product on certain different items that we was palletizing on a pallet. So the supervisor was like, man, we need to come up with a strategy or an idea. We need something to make sure, because we can't lose this contract or we're all out of here. So I was like, okay, what about we do a buddy system? If one person needs to double check and back check people's work, how about we just do a buddy system and then we could just have it going like that? If we do a buddy system, if two people can't count, then we know what we're dealing with and we got to let these people go. But if I know I pulled 100 or something and then you come back and count 89, then that means we all can just fix it right then and there instead of having somebody go and check the order later. And what was going on was people would check orders behind each other, and then here's how they would do it. They would check the orders in this particular situation. If they trusted their friends or fellow coworkers, they like, man, ain't no way this person didn't know how to count. So they'll just try to check it off real quick instead of double checking the work. But then the people that they didn't want to get in trouble for, those are the people they'll go hard to make sure you got all this up here, because I ain't trying to get fired if you ain't got that. Moral of the story was, ultimately, they implemented my strategy. And ever since then, at that moment, until I stopped working there, it's been working. Never had another problem. Walmart in a good spot. Them and the Walmart is in a good spot just off of that alone. Not saying that I'm the reason why they kept that contract. It's just to know that that was an issue that occurred, and I came up with a solution and we implemented it and it worked. Another time I was working at another warehouse job, and they was like, we was pulling boxes off of the container and we'll put it on pallets. So we'll put like items with like items, like boxes with like boxes, and it has to be the same item number and the same type of item inside. So I was like, hey man, instead of us Every time we'll put a box down, we'll forget how we palletize that particular box or item. So I was like, hey, what about we have like a little thing or a paperwork or a sheet of paper where we can, um, you know, where we can come up with an idea where we can have, instead of us constantly asking each other, hey, how to do this, how to do that, how to palletize this again, how to palletize that again, we just have a sheet that already had that information on it. Nah, that ain't gonna work. A year later, they copied my idea or took my idea that I sparked, and then they hold on to that book like it's a Bible ever since until I left that job. Moral of the story, even in those two situations, I never got credit for what I did. They never gave me my credit. They never gave me a raise or promotion. But I knew they didn't have to give me that because I knew deep down inside I was a leader. I knew my mind and the way my mind worked, I can guide people, and I knew how to strategize and find a solution. Where they was finding problems, I was looking for the solution, and I had a different approach. So instead of getting mad and angry about them not seeing me or seeing the value that I saw within myself, I struck out on my own, started a business, and I'm doing this thing right here on YouTube. And I know it's gonna be successful, and it already is because my mind is, I'm operating in something different. So when you see or you've been in these situations and you notice that you having these similar situations occurring, then you need to figure out a way to really showcase your leadership skills and walk into your leadership role. All right. That's it. I'm out. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Dang, I'm sweaty. What?